Our top story this evening, the Public Transport Council has approved a 3.2% adjustment in fares for buses and trains. From April, adults will pay between 4 and 6 cents more per journey. Senior citizens will pay an increase of 2 to 3 cents per journey, while students will pay 2 cents more per journey. The government is introducing a slew of measures to mitigate the impact of these adjustments.
Public transport fares were last adjusted in 2011. Taking into account the 2 years public transport fares were not adjusted, the council had to consider how to implement the total fare cap of 6.6% for the 2013 fare exercise.
So we thought if we take 3.2 now and carry forward 3.4, then 2014 in all probability it should work out something like 3.1 or very close to the 3.2, so it's almost splitting it halfway. So that's where we got our 3.2. But we're very mindful that 3.2 is higher than what we have ever done before. There will be commuters who are impacted by this.
However, the council added the fare increase is significantly lower than the expected average national wage increase last year.
So far, based on available data, is about 4.1%, and it's expected to close the year probably around close to 5%. So, of the wage increase expectation of close to 5%, or 3.2% itself seems reasonable. But having said that, I quickly add on that we are very mindful. Not everyone is going to get the same wage increase, or maybe some people might not even get any.
To cushion the impact, the government has introduced a slew of new and enhanced concessions for commuters. 2 new concession schemes will start from 6 July for low-wage workers and persons with disabilities. About 450,000 commuters will benefit from the schemes in the first year and will cost the government some $50 million. Other groups of commuters, about 500,000, will also get help. They include adult Singaporeans and permanent residents, senior citizens, polytechnic students and full-time national servicemen.
2 concession schemes for disability and low income will be funded by the government, but most of the other concession schemes are subsidized by the regular commuters who pay the full fare. So people pay more and be able to subsidize these concessions.
Under the fare review exercise, the public transport operators will have to make a one-off contribution to the public transport fund. In total, the 2 operators will have to give about $11.5 million to help needy families to cope with the fare adjustments. This compared to previous years when they only contribute under $1 million.
In a Facebook post, Transport Minister Lui Tak Yew said the council has struck a good balance by keeping the fare increase a few notches below the average wage increase in 2013. Mr. Lui added that government agencies will ensure the application process for the new concession schemes is as fuss-free and smooth as possible.
From the young to the old to the disabled and needy, it seems almost everyone will be getting some form of help, even as public transport fares are set to increase. If you're an adult who spends more than $120 monthly on public transport, then it may be worthwhile to get the new unlimited travel pass. For $120 a month, you can travel on buses and trains any number of times you want, an idea that has some appeal.
Sometimes, if I go out often, so it will exceed 120, so it's quite fair, I would say.
If you're 60 years old and above, you can apply for a new Senior Citizens Concession Card. It's $60 monthly for unlimited travel. The elderly already enjoy a 25% reduction of adult fares with existing concessions. For low-wage workers, a new Workfare Transport Concession Scheme gives them a 15% reduction of adult fares. For the first 3.2 kilometers travel on the bus, adults usually pay 77 cents. Under the Workfare scheme, low earners will pay 65 cents. Fares for this group are back to levels some 10 to 15 years ago. For the disabled, a new concession scheme gives a 25% reduction of adult fares. Maximum fares are capped upon travelling 7.2 kilometers, while a new concession pass for this group allows unlimited travel for $60 monthly. After repeated calls, polytechnic students will pay the same monthly concession pass prices as their counterparts in junior colleges, secondary schools, and institutes of technical education. That's $51 for unlimited travel on hybrid passes, which can be used for buses and trains.
Poly students have been really wanting this so much, and so it's good that the government is actually listening to what we've been asking for.
Prices of hybrid passes for varsity students will drop from $97 to $85. And all children below 7 years old can travel for free. Previously, there was a height limit of 0.9 meters for this group when it came to free travel. Hybrid passes for primary school students and full-time national servicemen will also be cheaper.
As we heard earlier, about 400,000 low-wage workers and 50,000 people with disabilities are expected to benefit from the two concession schemes in the first year.
52-year-old Fauzia Mozani says her family of 4 spends about $200 a month on transport. In addition to her own expenses, the amount includes her daughter's student monthly concession pass and her husband's traveling expenses and sons. Fauzia works part-time at a community centre, earning between $500 and $600 a month, while her husband works full-time. With a household income below $1,900, Fauzia says it's been tough to juggle expenses for transport, along with the bills she has to pay. But with the new concession scheme for low-wage workers, it could help her family save about $25 to $30 in transport cost a month. The news is timely, as Fauzia just learned that her daughter has a heart condition.
Because my daughter got problem, right? So I want to save all these things. I can keep, let's say, got emergency to my daughter, I can use this money for my daughter.
For persons with disabilities such as Zakia Zainal, the new concession scheme means she won't have to pay additional fares for long distances. The 24-year-old is visually impaired in one eye and has cerebral palsy. She takes both the train and bus daily from her home in Yishun to Ubi Crescent for work, and estimates that she spends about $100 a month on public transportation.
For me personally, it will benefit me a lot. Let's say burden for me personally to travel every day daily, so I can save more on the money to use it for other expenses.
Low-wage workers and persons with disabilities will be provided with interim financial assistance for 3 months to help defray their travel expenditure before the new concessionary schemes take effect.